President Obama says every American ought to get a fair shot.
We've got to stop pitting working Americans against each other. We're going to have to come together and choose a vision of America where everybody gets a fair shot and everybody does their fair share and everybody plays by the same set of rules.
The same set of rules. But by everybody, does he mean American citizens? Especially those who are in the country illegally. A new report shows that illegal aliens may be getting a better deal than you think. In fact, a better deal than you're getting. Joining me now is public policy analyst Jason Richwine. Jason, these numbers are almost unbelievable. I'm assuming they're true. They're shocking. I want to put up on the screen the amount in welfare that the average illegal immigrant gets every year. $5,692 versus American families, $4,431. What kind of country gives more benefits to illegal aliens than to its own citizens?
Well, you know, Tucker, it's all immigrant households, not just illegal. It's legal and illegal. They both receive a very large amount of welfare. In fact, actually about half of all immigrant households receive some form of welfare. And you see the numbers on the screen there, so it's quite large. To me, the biggest takeaway from this is that there is something fundamentally wrong with your immigration system when immigrants are receiving more welfare than natives.
Okay, so anybody who complains about this is derided immediately by the left as a racist, a nativist, as a bad person, attacked morally. But is there another country in the world that does this, that says, come in, break our laws, and we'll reward you, we'll give you more than we give our own people?
No, not at all. And in fact, I actually think that this is the kind of thing we need to pay attention to precisely because the president talked about coming together as a nation. I agree, absolutely, we should come together. And one way to do that is to help low-skilled natives recover from the many problems they face right now. The worst possible way to do that is to bring in more cheap labor to compete with people who already have so many problems they're facing.
Right.
I would say let's reduce some immigration, get it down to more modest levels, and we can, I think, help unify the nation.
Or at least have a public debate about it, which as of right now is not allowed at all, as you know. So the basic justification for the record high immigration levels we have now, 3 million people in the last 2 years, is that our economy needs it. They're the engine of the economy. It's a net plus to America economically. But these numbers suggest the opposite.
Immigration certainly raises GDP, but almost all of that money goes to the immigrants themselves. There's really only a small sliver that ends up going to natives, and in exchange for that sliver, there's a very large redistribution of money from labor to capital. And of course, that doesn't even begin to talk about the fiscal costs of the welfare numbers you see that were on the screen. So yes, absolutely, there are some major costs here, and we should be talking about them. And, you know, I would credit, someone like the Trump campaign for bringing up some of these issues. I appreciate that, and whether you like him or hate him, I mean, at least we're now having a good debate about all this.
And it raises a pretty deep question about the purpose of government. Does government exist to serve its own citizens or to alleviate global poverty?
That is a sort of a philosophical question. I think most Americans agree that immigration policy should be designed to benefit the native people, to benefit America itself. And as I said, if that is the case, and I think it should be, no one would sit down from scratch and write an immigration policy. They say, you know what, let's have immigrants receiving more welfare than natives. That's a very strong indication that we're not optimizing the system.
Yeah, and anyone who points it out is attacked. Jason, great to see you this morning. Thanks for coming on with that.
Thank you.
Fascinating.